He is from Fox Sports, man who was on the post-game show and had a very nice moment with his colleagues. His son is part of the parade right now at which Bob Kraft is speaking, surrounded by multiple Lombardi trophies. Looks like they busted him out of the case.
They broke them all out, Rich. They're all there.
From One Patriots Place now, part of this parade. Howie Long here on the Rich Eisen Show once again. How are you, Howie?
Rich, how are you?
You tell me, man. I mean, what is it? How did this land on you here? This moment.
Golly, it's been we were up till must have been up till 6 a.m. It was just one of those days and nights that you that you don't want to end. It was remarkable, and we ended up going to the Patriots party, which as it turns out was more of a kind of a ticketing kind of deal where there was a massive humanity there, and Chris came to the conclusion pretty quickly, and we wanted to get out of there, and we went back to the hotel, and Chris, Kyle, Howie, some of his friends from home, we sat downstairs till probably 4 a.m. Then I went up to the room, and the game was on, and I went back from NFL Network to highlights, and pinching myself, is this real? It's so much better when your son has this opportunity and contributes and is part of it and feels like he's part of it, and this is why you go there. And as I said before, he took the Lewis and Clark route to get there. The 8 years in St. Louis and 4.5 wins a year, and on an average, and just playing through all that and finding a way each Sunday night to say, I'm going to get back up again, and I'm going to play, regardless of what the score is, regardless of what the record is. As he says, because of the name on the back of my jersey, and that's important. And I think it's one of the reasons why him going there made all the sense in the world, because he's such a selfless guy. It's, if you pay him a compliment, he automatically starts talking about other guys on the team that have also had journeys and have also made sacrifices and also play out of position and also, up and down every week in terms of what your contribution is. That's just the Patriot way.
Mm-hmm. So what was that moment like? What was the conversation, if you wouldn't mind me prying, when you finally met on that turf and you saw your son and he looked you in the eyes and you had that moment?
Rich, we were both just, I think for both of us, all of the pain and, sacrifice and suffering and all the hard work. We train up in Montana and pushing trucks and running hills and, doing all the things that no one sees, and coming back from ankle surgery and fractured leg and, the things that he's very private about, but, we see firsthand. And just to realize that in this moment, it doesn't get any better than that, for a dad, for a son, for my wife, for our family. It was remarkable. I mean, and Rich, the game was such, it was so funny because it's funny now.
Yeah, right.
Down 28-3, and it's the third quarter, and Usher comes into our green room, and I can hear him in the hallway yelling. He's got all his Atlanta stuff on, and for a momentary flash, I was 28, and I wanted to choke him. And he's such a good guy. He's actually one of the nicest people I've ever been around. He's just a genuinely nice man. And it was just in my head, Rich. Being John Malkovich, it's that. In my head, things go on, and in that moment, I was choking him. And the game really was, for both teams, it was, and at different times, it was elation, it was shock, and it was despair.
Would you agree, just removing your personal Out of it. Professional. Best Super Bowl ever, Howie?
Well, as I said, I think the viewing experience and the way people would view the game would be similar to the elation, the shock, and the despair. There was despair early on. It was like nobody scoring, and then suddenly Atlanta's just lighting it up, and New England can't do anything. They can't protect. And then you look at the last 5 drives. TD, field goal, TD, TD, TD. Atlanta, punt, fumble, punt, punt. The number of snaps, it's you don't even realize it as it's happening. New England took 93 snaps to Atlanta's 46. And this was a classic 12-rounder that went 14. And they just got worn down. And Brady and Edelman and all the guys that were dropping balls, the protection was bad. The last 15 throws, no pressure. He's an assassin the last 3 drives. Nothing short of amazing. And the 2 two-point conversions, Rich, the margin for error was so small and the hill was so big that they had to climb up to get there. So for me as a dad, forget the broadcaster. As a dad, I'm a dad first. I'm watching this, and I'm, in the beginning, I'm just, oh my God, this is going to be it.
Mm-hmm.
To, oh my God, this is amazing.
That's right.
And I said this on air, Chris's journey to get there was as improbable as the comeback and the win. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure that, really, autograms 7 championships pre-Super Bowl. And I said this during our pregame. Joe and Terry, who I have a great deal of respect for, both won 4 Super Bowls with largely the same cast. I went back and looked at it, and I forget the exact numbers. It's like 39 different wide receivers, 36 different running backs, 50 different offensive linemen. Think about that, Rich.
It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. It will never happen again.
It won't. It won't. Brady's.
It can't. The salary, the way this league is set up, Rich, this isn't supposed to happen.
It's unbelievable. And also, Howie, though, I mean, the conversation of Tom Brady being the greatest of all time, it's over, right? That ended on, at least to me it did.
And it's ironic because the things that make him special, would I rank him physically as one of the best? Probably not. The things that, does he throw the ball better than Marino? Does he throw it better than Jim Kelly or Warren Moon or John Elway? Is he more athletic? We all saw the combine tape. I mean, this guy, he kills you with his mind, his heart, and this incredible will to be great. Nobody out-prepares him. Nobody outworks him. It's his life 24/7. And to get it done, you think about it, because Deflategate was going on when they beat Seattle 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So then you've got to ride it out. Last year, he gets hit 22 times, I think it was, in the AFC Championship game. And they bring back Dante Scarnecchia, the offensive line coach. They're getting hit early in this game. This guy, what he's been through over the last 2 years, to have the mental toughness, and then we come to find out his poor mom has been sick.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that just, forget about football. That's, and one of the most poignant moments, and I think I talked about this when I came on your show, was him talking about his dad. And that really hits me. And people who don't have kids don't get it. They just don't, Rich. You understand it.
Mm-hmm.
It's special. And of course I'm watching my son swilling Natty Light.
Yeah, Howie.
on a duck boat where I grew up. And I texted him. I said, "Are you from Charlestown or am I?"
He's your son, Howie.
Oh gosh, it's Rich. I just don't want it to end. It's amazing. I'm sick as a dog. Mm-hmm. I'm dying here, but just having a ball.
Well, enjoy it. I know you're under the weather. Congrats to you and Diane. And please tell me the name of the dog is Mr. Davis. Is that the name of the dog?
The dog here?
Yeah, that I'm hearing in the background. Mr. Davis?
That's Buddha. He's a rescue pit bull, and Bella. All I need is for them to let me know you're coming. If I have time to stretch, I'm hard to kill on my feet.
Congrats to you and the family, Howie. Let's stay in touch, and I'd love to have you on at any time.
And the guy that I've been texting with and communicating with, who were mutual friends, Mike Mayock, has been such a great supporter, and I know you love Mike, and I
do.
I love him to death.
I'm about to
Mike has known Chris since he was, long time.
I know. Didn't he try to get you to come to BC, right? Isn't that what happened? Where he
Mike was my host for my recruiting trip at Boston College.
Yeah.
I was a 16-year-old senior. I don't know that I had hair under my armpits, and that weekend will never be spoken about.
Yes, well, all that needs to be said is you went to
guys like Freddie Schmerlis, that whole group up there that he had.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, I guess all that needs to be said about Mike's recruiting abilities, you went to Villanova. I think that's all you need to say.
Yeah, that's what Mike said.
Enjoy this, Howie. Soak it in. Thanks for calling.
Thanks a bunch, partner.
You bet. There you go. Howie Long.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.